Ooh, excellent connection. Can we have... Oh, here we go. Yep, there we go. 5 seconds in. Latency's quite bad. Good morning, everybody who isn't here. This is just a random chat, random video, random live, because I was watching YouTube. I was watching one of my favorite channels is actually, it's called Ghost Town Living. It's about a guy who lives in a ghost town and he's kind of restoring it. And yes, that's one of my favorite channels. And one of the things that I noticed that he does, have you ever seen the movie? I'm a big Adam Sandler fan. So have you ever seen the movie 50 First Dates? 50 First Dates. That, for those that haven't seen that, that's about he's basically, Adam Sandler is a womanizer who lives in Hawaii, and he makes up stories to date all these women that are coming through as tourists, right? And they're all stories because he doesn't want to commit to them. So he basically lies his ass off, bangs the woman, and then they have to go back. There's never ever going to be any commitment to that. So, but that's the basic premise of that, the beginning of that movie anyway. But he ends up falling in love with this woman that every time she goes to sleep, she completely forgets everything that happened and gets how do I explain it? She's got like a temporary amnesia where when she falls asleep, her brain resets to a last memory, which was like 10 years ago when she was driving to go get her father a pineapple and had a car crash. So every day she wakes up and she thinks it's her birthday. So basically, Adam Sandler loves this because he has to impress this woman every single day. Oh, we got someone in here. Hi. So this YouTube channel kind of reminds me of that movie. Actually, I didn't get to the point. The point is that in the end, well, it's not even in the end. At one point, they try, when she wakes up, they try explaining to her every day what's happened. So she wakes up, they explain to her what's happened to get her up to date so that she can go on with her life, knowing what has happened after she lost her memory, if you know what I mean. I hope you know. I hope you're following. Anyway, so why am I telling you about this movie? Well, a lot of YouTube channels they'll start the show and say, "Hi, I'm David. I'm living in Tokyo, Japan, and I like K cars. This is my collection." And they'll do that sort of thing almost every video. Is that something that should be done? Like, should I be doing that? I feel like my video is already long enough without me going into the details of what the basis of this channel in every video. But on the other hand, it might be worth doing, because for a new viewer that isn't familiar with the channel, they might, like, they're not going to know what I'm about and what I'm doing. They might just see me pulling an engine apart and go, nah, not interested in that, and then have no idea about the other stuff that I do. So I'm kind of wondering whether it's worth doing that. Should I start doing that 50 First Dates style intro to Garage K? Good evening, Bob C. It is rare to see you in a chat. Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, I don't know. Should I be doing that or not? We'll actually call it the 51st, because that's the movie. The movie title is 50 First Dates. It's Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore, actually. And yeah, this woman keeps losing her memory, so he has to keep reminding her of who she is every time she wakes up. It's a good movie, recommended. But is that the style? A lot of YouTube channels do that, introduce themselves and what they do at the start of every video. And yeah, I just wanted your opinion on that, rather than making a Facebook post about it. I thought I'd ask the actual viewers of YouTube. So let me know in the comments. But that's it for, what is it, Sunday morning. So, yep, good morning. Hope you all have a wonderful day. But that's the end of this live. I just wanted to ask you a question and keep you involved in the decision-making process of how this channel is going to go. Nathan, if you're familiar with this channel, then you probably know who Nathan is. Nathan suggested that I should leave Facebook this morning. That kind of rattled me as well. I don't know. Because he didn't really say why. He just said that I should. Don't know. I do think that Facebook is evil. Like, really. Like, imagine having 50 parents. No, 100 parents. And they all have their own biases and all have their own ideas of the way you should be growing up. And some of them are fucked up. You know, like, you're going to have mixed results whenever you do the same action twice. And I think that's what is happening on Facebook. There isn't one solid overlord that decides, okay, you can say this, but you can't say that. And then you get into that whole, the First Amendment. I looked it up a little bit, and then some American was going, oh, but First Amendment. The First Amendment only applies to America, and I think it only applies to Americans. Like, if I go to America, am I protected by the First Amendment? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I can't just go into a store and buy a gun. So that would suggest that I'm not covered by the Second Amendment. Can I plead the Fifth? I don't even know what the Third and Fourth Amendment are. But yeah, so like freedom of speech on YouTube, on Facebook, it's not really a thing, is it? Because Facebook is a global company, or is it an American company? If it's an American company, then I guess it has to follow that. But the law only is applied to Americans? Is that how that works? Not really sure. You'll sell me a gun. Secretly, I like guns. I do like guns. I don't believe in the Second Amendment because I think that, the Second Amendment, everybody should be allowed to own it. Well, not every. See, that's slippery slope. Should be checked before you are allowed to own a gun. I think because some people shouldn't have guns. I think. Because some people are psychos. But, yeah. Dunno. It's slippery slope. You'll sell me a gun. I can, as a tourist, I can go buy a weapon. Is that true? Really? I guess it depends on the state. If I ever go to the States, I'm gonna buy a gun. Just because I'll buy a gun. And then I'll sell it again before I leave. To a shop, not to just some random person. But yeah, somewhere that you can go. Alaska, I think you can go to. If you go to Alaska, you can have open carry without a permit or something, right? You just. Yeah, I know. The Second Amendment is there to protect you from the government. I know. But that's not gonna work. Anyway, I'm not going down that road. But my point is that, and I wasn't here to talk about the Second Amendment. I was here to talk about the First Amendment and Facebook, and the fact that it's not governed by one person. It's by a group of people, and in there I might post something that somebody finds offensive, that somebody else might find funny. Like, my perfect example is I posted, is there a photo of a cappuccino and boobs? That's exactly what I posted. Is there a photo of a cappuccino and boobs? I got banned for 24 hours for writing that. Can you believe that? Now, what person found that so offensive that I got blocked for 24 hours? Because it wasn't Zuckerberg himself. No. I don't think it was... I mean, it could have been a man that got offended by that because he doesn't have boobs. But wait a minute. Facebook owns Instagram and Instagram owns Facebook or vice versa or whatever. But you've got women on all over Instagram fighting, or all over the world, not just on Instagram, not just social media, but fighting for women's rights to be able to show nipples online. Oh, it's not fair that men... I could take my shirt off here and have my nipples visible, and I won't get... Like, if I was monetized, which I'm not, but... I could take my shirt off, no problem. But if a woman does that, that's not good. Why? Women will tell you it's not a sexual part of the body. It's not sexual because we can breastfeed in public, and there's nothing sexual about that. So breasts are not sexual. Well, if they're not sexual, why are you hiding them? Why is Instagram not allowing you to show them? Women all over the world want that freedom, but you can't say boobs on Facebook? What is so offensive about the word boobs? Are boobs offensive? I don't think boobs are offensive. I think boobs are wonderful. Love me some boobs. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. So I've offended some person on the Facebook team, and then they've banned me for 24 hours for saying the word boobs. So, I mean, Facebook is... It's... Another time, I proved that Facebook is bigoted. I took two religious groups. I won't say who they are because I'll probably get banned from YouTube as well. And it was purely an experiment. And I wrote two things. I wrote, this religious group is evil. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Then I wrote, this more popular in America religious group is evil. I got banned. I got banned for like, I think that was a 24-hour, might have even been longer. Exactly the same thing about two different religious groups. I got banned for the one that's popular in America, and not banned for the one that that Americans don't like or don't like as much. And I think you can kind of figure out what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't have any prejudice against either group, but I got banned for one and not for the other. So that is bigoted. So Facebook is actually evil. Should I leave it? Don't know. It's and after what Nathan said this morning, it's kind of like, well, Facebook looks at what you do in your life, not just what you do on YouTube. So if you act like a dickhead on Facebook, then YouTube could demonetize you, could take away your monetary getting status because of something you said on Facebook, because the advertisers don't like it. So basically, does YouTube want everybody to be a puppet of their agenda? Is that what they want? They don't want you to say whatever you want. They want, like the last one of the videos I made recently, I talked about not changing, but that's what they want, I suppose. They want everybody to fit into that particular group. I don't know. Am I barking up the wrong tree with YouTube? Shouldn't do it. It's what I want to do, but maybe YouTube's not the platform. But then it's kind of like, I hate going to nightclubs because of all of the alcohol and cigarettes, but that's where all my friends are, so I don't know, do I just get new friends, or do I just go there because that's where all my friends are? And it's normally you just go there because that's where all your friends are. And Like, I don't really want to get cancer from secondhand smoke, but I mean that's where all my friends hang out. So, and there's no other option really, where there's a lot of people that you can mingle with in a non-smoky environment. So, and for those that just joined, I'm talking about Facebook Facebook and YouTube being the main places for social media. And there are other options, but none of my friends are over there. No one I know is over there. So, and like, I'm not going to meet as many new people being over there. So you kind of have to go where everybody else is going. And if that particular place is full of, I don't know, cancer, well, that's kind of, if you don't want to be alone, that's kind of what you have to do. And that's social, not just social media, but social in general, right? Going down the pub, if you're in England, I guess you go the pub because that's where everybody is. You might be completely against alcoholism, but you're hanging out with alcoholics because that's where everybody is. That's where the social event is. And you just sort of put up with whatever happens in the pub because you want to be in that social environment. And that's basically YouTube and Facebook. Instagram, I have a soft spot for Instagram because it's so visual. I made a huge mistake though on Instagram. A friend of mine posted a photo of his dog, and I was like, oh, he's so cute, love, and I was like, how long would I spend patting that good boy? I didn't read the text underneath the pictures. I'm a look at the picture and scroll kind of Instagram. Oh yeah, like that. Double tap, scroll, double tap. Oh, boobs, double tap. Scroll, more boobs, double tap. Oh, dog, double tap. Geez, I love the doggies. I'm that kind of Instagrammer, whereas I use Facebook completely different. But I digress. Anyway, it turns out that his dog had been killed, and I wrote a completely insensitive comment because I don't use Instagram that way. Instagram for me is just pictures and I scroll. So yeah, I do have a soft spot for Instagram because it's a lot less. I don't know. It seems more personal. Seems less personal. You just post a photo. You're done. You're done now. Nobody really. Well, I guess people do, but I don't. I don't look into who this person is or anything like that. Whereas on Facebook, it's your name. It's all you. It's all personal. So it's a bit different. Anyway, so Bob's asking questions. Here in Maine, we have constitutional carry, meaning no papers are needed to carry concealed. No, I want unconcealed. I want to stroll around like a cowboy with a 6-shooter with only 5 bullets in it. I know. Are you on Telegram? See, I've never even heard of Telegram. And I'm sure nobody in Japan's ever heard of Telegram. What what chat program do you use on your phone? Like if you want to... Nobody uses SMS anymore, do they? Like, do they really? SMS. When in the 90s, the early 2000s, it was all SMS on your phone. Now, what do you use? WhatsApp? Or what's the other one? WhatsApp, Messenger. That's 2. What other chat programs have you got in the States that you use? Some people use the Instagram chat as a ways of communication, like main communication. I think that's a bit weird. It's predominantly, for me, Instagram is pictures that you scroll through. It's like going to an art museum and you can comment on the art that you see. That's how I view Instagram. So it's just pictures and that. And then I would say that the chat section of Instagram is like you run into somebody, your friend at the museum, and you talk about the art, and then you get the hell out of there, and then, you know what I mean? I wouldn't use, like, I wouldn't go to the art museum just to chat to somebody. You know? So what chat programs do you use? Nobody's in the chat to even answer me. No one's in this chat to answer me. But what chat do you use? Let's see. In my phone, because I'm in Japan, I use... see, I'm getting messages on Messenger. So I use Messenger, and then I use a program called Line. Like here on my phone, I got this is SMS, but SMS is only for... I only strictly get messages from the carrier, which is SoftBank. That's all I get. Everything else that comes into there is spam, and I just delete it. Then I've got Line, which everybody in Japan uses Line. So if you don't have Line, how are you talking to people? Now, if Line comes out and says we hate foreigners, what do? Leave it? Line comes out and says that they don't like a particular ethnic group. What do? Leave it? Out of principle, yeah, but you kind of can't, because then how do you communicate with everybody? Because everybody has Line. Then I've got my phone, Messenger, and WhatsApp. My parents are on WhatsApp. So, like, I know nobody else on WhatsApp. Nobody, just my parents. And the only reason I'm on WhatsApp is because of them. If they moved to Line, I wouldn't even have WhatsApp. So if all of my friends moved to, or all of my friends and all of my potential friends that I'm making from social media and YouTube and Facebook and everything else, if everybody else went to Telegram, I would go to Telegram too. Because that's the way it works. I don't like the way that Facebook is run. I think it's, as I said, for the third time, I think it's fourth time. I think it's evil, horrible. It's bigoted and stupid. Facebook is dumb. Watch my views go like this because I said that. It's stupid. It shouldn't be controlled the way it is. All of the people who are monitoring that, all of the mods for Facebook, not the mods of the groups, the people who control the content, all should have to have psychoanalysis to make sure that they're not bigoted or just batshit crazy. But I'm sure that's not what they do. Be someone sitting there with a cigarette and a coffee, I imagine, or drunk as fuck. Just going, no, I don't like the word boobs. Block for 24 hours. Anyway, so this live went one way, went another way, and then went a third way, didn't it? Bit interesting. I get a lot of comments on this chair. I just got reminded of this chair. After it's been a year, the this armrest over here is starting to fall apart, which isn't very good. The material on this seat is holding up really well, and I say this because I get a lot of questions. Not a lot of questions. I get often asked about the chair and how the chair's going because people want to buy it. Well, as far as I know, you can't buy this chair anymore. So, yeah. The armrests, this side is fine. This side is not so fine. So maybe I'm leaning over like this and damaging the chair. It's probably fixable with some rubber glue, like some shoe glue. Or is it G17 we've got it here in Japan. And I'll probably have to do that before it completely falls apart. But yeah, modified straight out of the packet. No, not really. I sit cross-legged in this chair quite often, so the bolsters on the side are kind of pushed in. But if I have a look at it, yeah, I mean, it's doing really well. It is. But it is only a year old, so I don't know, have a look in another year, I suppose. If we're all still using YouTube, I mean, why didn't Vimeo, or Vimeo, whatever it is, why didn't that become bigger than YouTube? Is that because Vimeo doesn't pay its It's content creators. I don't know. Patreon. I should investigate Patreon, I suppose. But then, like, you guys have to pay directly to see this, rather than just watching some ads. One thing I like about YouTube is that you can the one thing I like about YouTube is that you can premium membership and then not see any ads. So for Ghost Town Living, when I watch his videos or binge watch an entire channel, he gets the revenue, but I don't have to watch the ads. So it's win-win, you know? But yeah, that's not for everybody. My wife, for example, she refuses to join the premium membership thing, even though a family is cheaper, but she doesn't want to do it. She's perfectly happy to watch the ads. It's getting dark. Got to go close the chicken coop. Okay, see you later, Bob C. I'm going to get out of here too. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I am editing it. It will be up soon. I hope you're enjoying all of the extra content that I've been putting out. I'm working on... my hard drives are full of video footage, so I haven't filmed in a while. I'm just editing every day. Almost every day. Every day that I would be in the garage, I'm now here editing. And even more. So, yeah. Alright. More videos coming. See you then. Later. Now I gotta press the button, end stream button, and still look cool. Alright, bye. And it's still probably on until I press this one. There we go.